Hello there. What if one of the greatest retirement teachers wasn't a financial expert, but Clint Eastwood? At over 90 years old, he kept working, creating, and living with purpose. While many people his age had already stepped away from their careers, he was still showing up, still telling stories, and still proving that purpose doesn't come with an expiration date. Today, I want to share 5 retirement lessons from his life that completely changed how I think about getting older. You know, the older I get, the more I pay attention to people who have lived a very long life. Not because they're famous, because they've had enough time to discover what really matters. One person I've thought about a lot lately is Clint Eastwood, whether you know him from the old westerns or the movies he directed later in life. There's something about his journey that made me stop and think. Not about Hollywood, about retirement, about getting older, about how we choose to spend the years we have left. The first one, never retire from having a purpose. I remember talking with a retired neighbor who told me I couldn't wait to retire. 6 months later, he admitted something surprising. He said he missed having a reason to get out of bed each morning. That conversation stayed with me. When I looked at Clint Eastwood's life, I noticed something similar. Decade after decade, he kept creating, not because he had to, because he wanted to. It wasn't just about making movies. It was about waking up with something meaningful to do. That hit me hard, because I've met retirees with plenty of money who still felt empty, and I've met retirees with a modest social security check who couldn't wait to start each morning. The difference wasn't money, it was purpose. But here's what surprised me. The second lesson is even more important. Keep learning. A few years ago, my granddaughter tried teaching me how to make a video call. I'll be honest, I almost gave up after 5 minutes. Today, those calls are some of the happiest moments of my week. That experience reminded me that learning isn't about being perfect, it's about staying connected. Clint Eastwood could have spent the later years of his career making the same kind of movies that made him famous. Instead, he continued exploring different stories and new challenges. That reminded me of something. The day we stop learning, we quietly stop growing. Retirement isn't the end of education. Maybe it's learning how to garden, learning to paint, learning how to use video calls to see your grandkids. Your brain doesn't ask how old you are, it asks if you're still curious. Now, here's where everything changes. Lesson number 3. Age is not your identity. I once caught myself saying, I'm probably too old for that. Then I stopped and asked myself, who made that rule? Watching someone like Clint Eastwood continue directing films well into later life reminded me that age doesn't automatically decide what we're capable of. Growing older is automatic. Growing smaller is a choice. Your body may slow down. Your dreams don't have to. That sounds simple. It isn't, because fear gets louder as we age, but courage still has a voice. Let me show you something. Lesson number 4. Protect your independence. One thing I've always admired about Clint Eastwood is that he built a career by making decisions on his own terms. He didn't spend his life trying to please everyone. That made me think about retirement. Some people assume there's only one right way to retire: travel more, move closer to family, downsize immediately. But retirement isn't about following someone else's checklist. It means making retirement decisions that fit your life, not your neighbors, not social media's. Your life. Maybe that means staying in the house you love. Maybe it means downsizing. Maybe it means saying no to things that don't bring you peace. Real freedom isn't doing everything, it's choosing what matters most. But there's another problem nobody talks about. Many retirees think success means looking younger. I don't think that's true anymore. The fifth lesson is this: accept aging, but never surrender to it. One birthday, I looked in the mirror and noticed another gray hair and another wrinkle. For a moment, I felt a little discouraged. Then I realized something. Those years also gave me patience I didn't have before, perspective I couldn't buy, stories my younger self had never lived. Every birthday changes us. Every year brings something new. But every year also brings wisdom, patience, perspective, stories worth telling. I've learned that the goal isn't to stay young forever. The goal is to stay fully alive for as long as we can. When I think about Clint Eastwood's long career, I don't remember one movie. I remember consistency, purpose, resilience, and the quiet confidence that life doesn't end when your career does. It simply becomes a different chapter. So if retirement has taught me anything, it's this: don't count the years you have left. Fill them with reasons to get out of bed tomorrow morning. Because here's the one sentence I hope stays with you long after this video ends. The happiest retirees aren't the ones who stop working, they're the ones who never stop living. Thank you for spending a little time with me today.